mourners, loved ones, and friends assembled at the Rhema Bible Church to pay tribute to the late Pastor Raynor McCauley. This after he dedicated over 40 years of his life in the church. He has been described as a dedicated servant of God who loved people.
But when the Rustenburg Declaration was to be adopted condemning apartheid, the DRC leaders, together with a number of evangelical pastors, left and held a press conference outside. Pastor Ray was sitting next to me, and I turned to him and asked, "Are you going to go outside and follow them?" He said most emphatically, "No, don't prejudge me and categorize me. I condemn apartheid and accept this statement."
I met Pastor Raynor McCauley in 2002 at his house. He had a connect group for entertainers, sports stars, and everybody in the entertainment industry, because he knew that it was a field that needed to be harvested.
Prior to becoming a pastor, Pastor Ray pursued a career in bodybuilding, earning the title of Mr. South Africa in 1969 and placed third in the 1974 Mr. Universe competition in London. Despite this, he is mostly credited for establishing what would become one of South Africa's most influential churches in 1979.
Lots of people hunger for the anointing that was put on Pastor Ray's life. I couldn't figure it out, man. He'd preach a few minutes, and then everybody in the church would come to the altar. People wanted and longed for that and hungered for that anointing that God put on his life, but they had no idea the cost that he paid to be faithful to that anointing.
Ray was my friend. He believed in me when no one knew me, and brought me into his huge world by making room for me. Ray was my teacher.
His family also gave a moving tribute.
My dad was a motivator, counselor, influencer, a convincer on every level, whether it was to bring disputing, divided leaders together, or for me to go to Woolworths to buy ingredients for a killer burger recipe that we just watched Jamie Oliver make on TV. Because of his childlike faith, optimism, spirit of excellence, and a conviction to follow through with what was right, and his very convincing nature, it was impossible to say no to him.
Ray was born at the Florence Nightingale Nursing Home in Hillbrow on Saturday, the 1st of October 1949. And he was named Raynor by our parents because it was raining that day, and there was a building called Raynor Court, which was visible from the window of the maternity ward. Not many people know that he was born with a twin sister who sadly did not survive. Maybe this was the first sign of what a survivor he would turn out to be.
I came to Rhema when I was 16 years old and received Christ right in front of this altar, with Pastor Ray leading me in a prayer of salvation. That was 34 years ago, and my life has never been the same. Pastor Ray has been my guide, my moral compass, my teacher, and my counselor.
Pastor Raynor McCauley leaves behind his wife Zelda, his children, and his extended family.